Hello humans, it's just Martine and welcome to week 3 of CHAOSTOBER. CHAOSTOBER is a reading challenge in October where you choose some chaotic goal and then stick to that for the month of October. It was originated by one of my besties, Danielle, over at Danielle Reads, channel link down below. This year, my challenge is to read only books for my 12 TBRs of Christmas. If you're unfamiliar, my 12 TBRs of Christmas are 12 videos that I make every year in the winter, but really I spend the whole year making them by reading for them the whole year, and I've got a lot of books left. I started my CHAOSTOBER vlogs with 36 books that I wanted to finish in the month of October. Now that it's the 13th, I have 31 books left. If you want to catch up on my previous vlogs, you can check them out right here. You can also check out some of my previous 12 TBRs. I think they're always super fun. I at least have a blast making them every year. So far, this October has indeed been chaotic. I've been working really hard on my dissertation because I'm proposing my dissertation on October 30th. I've been in kind of a reading slump, won't lie to you, and just not feeling fully like myself last week. But this week, we are going to bring it. We're going to have a great time, and there's lots to do, but we're going to make it a party to do all those things. So let's set some goals for the week. Goal number 1 is work related. The goal this week for my dissertation is to get a complete second draft of my proposal to my major professor by the end of the week. I have written all the sections of it. I've gotten feedback from her on all of the sections. I need to make all the edits and compile them. It's a lot of work, but I believe in myself. I know I can do it. Reading-wise, here are some goals to think about. I have a 1,000-page book that I've been working through. Yesterday, I hit the halfway mark, so I'm 500 pages in, and I would love to finish that book this week if I could find it in myself to do so. So that's a goal. The second reading goal is that I have a thriller that I'm working on for a book that involves 12 videos, and last night I hit 50% of that. So hopefully I can finish it this week, especially because it is not 1,000 pages. Those are my 2 real hopes for the week. Obviously, I want to read as much as possible, but I'm also being realistic with myself at this point in time. Like, I have these goals, but who knows what's going to happen, right? So we'll just find out together when we see how the week unfolds. It's bright and early, Monday morning, just past 8 a.m. My hair's being crazy because I washed it yesterday and then put it in a headband all day because it was being weird. So now it's being extra. So we're just pretending it's not there right now. Things that are happening today. I have my weekly meeting with my major professor, and then I have a writing session with one of my classmates, so I'll jump into edits while I'm doing that. Other than that, today, the day's pretty free to go with either where work or energy takes me, etc. I'm hoping to get in a nice recovery run today for my run because yesterday I did a speed run, so need to recover. And I'm hoping to feel like reading, but we will see what my brain does later. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Howdy, it is getting fairly late Monday evening. It's 7:45, so almost 8 p.m. And today has been a good one, but I am tired and ready to rest. I got some good work done on the edits for my dissertation. I got through like 10 pages worth of edits, which is not nothing. Happy about that. And my goal for tomorrow will be to finish the literature review and move on to the methods section. So we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Then the real exciting news is the reading progress that I've made so far tonight. I've read for like 2 hours and 11 minutes, and 2 hours of that were in my big book. And so I read 180 pages of that, which is huge progress. And I went from having a little over 6 hours left of it, according to Bookly, to just a little over 4 hours left of it. So I'm really putting in the work tonight to make sure that myself later this week can finish that book easy peasy. So pleased about that. I especially spent a lot of time focusing on that because Monday is one of the few nights of the week where I'm in my apartment the whole evening and can do whatever I want. And since I'm immersion reading it, audiobook and physical book at the same time, I need to have the physical book with me. And again, it's 1,000 pages, so I'm not bringing that anywhere else. So I'm trying to read it while I'm in my room. And tomorrow I will barely be in my room, especially at a time where I can read, because tomorrow night I'll have choir, so I'll be out doing that instead of reading. And that means not only will I not be reading, but I definitely won't be reading my physical book. So I tried to make as much progress as possible in that tonight. For the next little while, I'm going to have snacks, chill out. I'll get some more reading done, but not in the physical book. I'm tired of holding it, to be honest. So I'll just work on the thriller that I'm reading on my Kindle, or maybe I'll dip into something else. We'll have to see. But the point is, I've worked really hard today. I'm proud of the progress that I've made on all of my goals for the week so far. So that's always a good feeling, because I feel like Mondays are the days that I get the most done. So if I can really be happy with what I accomplished on a Monday, it sets me up for a really good week. That's the update. Happy Tuesday morning from the lab. It is just before 9 a.m. and I've come here to get some serious work done, got my station all set up, and I also made a to-do list. So we're just going to see how much progress we can make. The first task that I'm going to focus on will be my literature review edits, because I have 2 pages left of that, so that's my first priority. Then I have to send some editing information to one of my research assistants about one of our conference proposals that's due tomorrow. Yeep. So I'm going to work on that. Then I'll start working on my method section edits for a bit. And once I feel like I've lost some brain, I will prep my lab that I'm teaching tomorrow, because I have all the slides ready. I just need to practice to remember what I'm talking about, maybe make a QR code for attendance. Then I have a brief volunteer hours letter that I need to write for one of my other research assistants. That one, not a big priority today. It just needs to happen by the end of the week. So I figured I'd write it on the board so I remember that it has to be done, but if it doesn't happen today, I won't be too disappointed. And then I do have to fill out some paperwork before group therapy. Group therapy is at 2, so this list is a pre-2 p.m. list, which makes it a little more daunting. But that's okay. We're going to sit down. We're going to get started. And no, I haven't read a single page yet today, and it will probably be a very low reading day, but that's fine. Life is about balance, not in that you do everything every day, but that some days belong more to one thing and some days belong more to another. So it's a dance. It is approaching 12:30, so the perfect time to update you on how things are going. Things are going really well. I am pleased to report that. So my to-do list over there, I technically finished everything on it. My methods and discussion section took less time than I thought to go through for edits, which is always nice. So the only thing that I have left on this second draft of my dissertation proposal is to actually make the reference list, which I say that's the only thing left, but that's a huge, boring, overwhelming task. But since I finished everything else on my list for today, that's the task I'm going to turn to for a while before therapy. My general process when I'm making a reference list is first to go through my paper and write every single in-text citation down in a list. And then I will ask Microsoft Word to kindly alphabetize that list for me. And sometimes there are things that it doesn't take into consideration when it alphabetizes, so I'll fix those around. But the point is that it should then get me a list of all the in-text citations that I have. Then I have to start making those in-text citations into full references, which is a lot of looking up articles, seeing what people think the reference is, fixing the references, etc. And what's really frustrating about that process is, even though I try my absolute darndest to keep track of all of the papers and chapters and books that I'm citing while I'm writing, inevitably, when I go to make the reference list, there are at least a few that for the life of me I cannot find. But they are essential in-text citations, so I can't just take them out. So it's an absolute treasure hunt most times to work on a reference list. Not the fun kind, though, just to be clear, because a treasure hunt maybe sounds like it's fun. It's not. So I'm going to work on that. I guess I can technically listen to music while I do that, which makes it not so bad. And I'm definitely used to making reference lists because for almost everything that I've written in grad school with other collaborators, I have somehow wound up being in charge of the reference list for everyone. Like chapters that I've written, publications that I've worked on, I end up making the reference list, and that's fine. And it is usually my fault. I usually say, I can do that. And so I can, but it's kind of a pain. So we're going to work on doing that now for a bit. And I'm probably not going to finish it before group therapy, but I will make progress, which is super great because so far, knock on wood, I'm ahead of schedule this week for where I need to be in my dissertation to send my major professor the next draft by the time I said I would. So I'm super jazzed about that. Back to work we go. Happy Wednesday. Yesterday, huge accomplishment. I actually finished the draft of my dissertation proposal. So I sent that on to my major professor. Hooray. Group therapy was good and choir was good last night. All things good, yay. Today, I was teaching. 6 of my 24 students showed up to class. 2 of them responded to my questions. Just a rough point in the semester, to be honest, but we did it. We made it through. And then I got to come back here and watch dedication night from Dancing with the Stars, which was so good. So that's great. Also, because I was teaching today, I had 2 hours to read on the bus. So I finished another book, which is great because I feel like Wednesdays on the bus are one of the only times I'm finishing books during CHAOSTOBER. I just have not been reading a lot, and that's okay. Slump City, it is what it is. So read that. It's the 3rd book in a 6-book 12 TBRs video, which is a pretty standard length of 12 TBRs video for me. But excited to have that one behind me, which means I officially have 30 books left on my list for this month. Which means that if I were to finish them all this month, I would have to read over 600 pages a day for every day left in the month, which is obviously not going to happen. But regardless, we're going to continue, and I'm hoping to get some momentum. That's all I want. So tonight I have a call with a friend in just a couple minutes, and then I'll get myself ready for bed. I will tuck myself in. I will read. It's going to be a good time. Also, I'm looking at the most beautiful sunset right now. The sky is a beautiful orangey pink. It's not going to show if I try to turn you around and show you. And also the view from my room is like not the best for seeing things. I'm only seeing like a glimmer of it, but trust me, think of a beautiful sunset you've seen. That's what's happening right now. That's the Wednesday update. We're doing good this week. We just got to keep going. Good morning on this beautiful Thursday. That's right, it's Thursday. We're almost to the weekend. We can totally do this. Today is chill in some ways, not chill in others. It's chill because I don't have too much work that I actually have to do today. So the plan for this morning is therapy, brown bag, writing session with some of my classmates. And then I'm going to head over to my university's gym and the floating track there. The plan is to run 5K as quickly as I can run 5K. So we will see how that goes because I've been doing a training plan on the Nike Run Club app for the past 8 weeks, and I only have 1 run left, and it's the 5K. So yesterday I didn't run at all, which is weird for me to do on a Wednesday, but I knew I needed a true rest day before I tried this. So that's the goal for today. I might fall flat on my face. We're just going to have to see what happens. I'm jazzed about today. And then hopefully after that, I'll get some serious reading done. But we will see. All right, let's get to it. Happy Friday. I'm here to bring you an Aldi haul. I'll talk about how yesterday went later, but for now, let's just talk groceries. You might be thinking, it's Friday. You usually go to Aldi on Saturday. Well spotted. A couple things. One, I felt like it today. Two, there was nothing I had to do in my schedule this morning. And three, I did not feel like working. So, combination of those things, I went to Aldi. I'm also sick of fighting with the people on Saturday morning. There are so many people there. And I know that's usually the best time for my schedule, but this week I was like, I'm going on Friday. So, I spent $52 there, which is a bit much for Aldi for me. It's more than I usually spend at Aldi, but I think I'm happy with the stuff I got. I also got a lot of stuff to experiment with, so I'm interested to see how that goes this week. So let's get into it. I got blackberries and raspberries. Last week, I cleaned them all together and then mixed them together and just had them as like a mix of berries throughout the week. Really liked that, so we're doing that again. I got frozen broccoli because I needed this to go with the leftover Beyond steak tips that are in my freezer. This is one of my experiments this week. I got 2 packages of Aldi's cauliflower rice, so we'll be trying that. I got moo tubes. These are basically like Go-Gurt tubes, right? I got the blueberry and strawberry flavored. The other option had cotton candy, which I did not want. So I got these ones, and my favorite thing to do with these is throw them in the freezer and have them as kind of like a popsicle sweet treat at the end of the night. Then I got some frozen and shelled edamame because I like edamame, good source of protein for me, but I hate shelling it, and they had it. Also, edamame was on my list. Hopefully you'll notice that today's haul is produce heavy. That was a goal of mine. Here's the experiment I'm most nervous about. I got plain Greek yogurt to try. I have problems with yogurt. I haven't really committed to trying Greek yogurt, so I'm going to try. If you're wondering why I got such a big tub to just try, they didn't have smaller ones, okay? There were no individual servings of Greek yogurt being sold, which was upsetting. I got baby carrots, yum. I got this pack of 3 cheese pizzas. Sometimes you need an easy oven pizza night. I got 2 cans of black beans, pretty standard for me. And then I got 2 cans of chickpeas. I normally never buy chickpeas, but I have a recipe I want to try. So here they are. I got a bag of mini M&Ms. Look at the rest of this food I got. It's so good for me. So I got mini M&Ms. Mini M&Ms are the superior type of M&M. Peanut butter M&Ms are good also, but mini M&Ms are better than regular M&Ms. I'll fight anyone who disagrees. And I don't have much chocolate in my apartment right now. I've wanted it. Here it is. I got a bag of coleslaw. Not to make coleslaw with, but because it has cabbage and carrots already cut up. Thank you. Brussels sprouts. I get these every week. My favorite veggie. I got these protein bars to try. They're caramel double chocolate crunch. I hope I like them. I have never found a protein bar that I really love. So my hope is this will be it. I have my doubts. Got a big bag of popcorn. What's there to say? It's yummy. I got penne because I'm running low on penne and I love it. I got pita bread. I need this for the same recipe as the chickpeas, also for the falafel that I've been eating. Now, I got the really healthy one, the whole wheat, flax, and oat bran one. If it's disgusting, next time I'll just buy regular pita bread. But I thought I might as well give this a shot. I'm putting enough stuff in it that, like, it shouldn't matter, right? And then I did get more pumpkin seeds because I've been loving those this week. I'm going to put this all away, and then actually I think I'm probably going to go to Publix just to get the last, 3 things that I need. Okay, if I come back here with a million things from Publix, reach through your screen, throttle me. I only have a couple things on my list. If there's a crazy BOGO for something that I use all the time, then I'll get that. Other than that, I should return here with falafel, almond milk. What else do I need? A couple other things. If it's more than 10 things, through the screen, get me. And we're back again. This time it's 11:30, and I'm here with my Publix haul. I only spent $30, which is not bad. And I'm going to go through the things I meant to buy, and then I'll tell you the things that I bought anyway. I needed potatoes for baking. I got them. I could have gotten individual russet potatoes, but instead I wanted gold potatoes. There were no individual ones of those. 1 thing of almond milk. Meant to buy this, and I did. Colby Jack cheese sticks. Meant to buy this, and I did. Frozen falafel. Meant to buy this, and here it is. Now here are the other things I picked up. I got 2 things of taco seasoning because I was looking through the clearance section and they were each only 70 cents. So I got 2 of those. Hooray. Green Giant vegetables were BOGO, so I got 2 cans of corn. I got 2 onions and 1 apple. And then I got a bottle of sweet and spicy sriracha sauce from Chick-fil-A. This is my favorite Chick-fil-A sauce. I've been meaning to buy a bottle of it. It was technically on sale today. There we go. That's the Publix haul and the full grocery haul for the week. This should be more than enough for the week, but like you get my point. Alrighty, let's catch you up. Yesterday, really good day. My therapy session was so good. I love my current therapist so much. Shout out to her. Had brown bag. That was interesting. We had some good conversations. We were actually talking about the difference in how juries are run in the United States versus in Brazil. So learned some things. That was cool. My writing session, I started to work on a letter of recommendation. Did not make much progress, but I did start. And then I went on my run. I pushed myself so hard for that 5K. I ran it in 42 minutes. My heart rate was crazy the whole time. For reference, a non-race pace 5K for me takes around 45 minutes, maybe a little more. 42 minutes, I was booking it for me. I went out the gate way too fast, which people always say happens, and I was cognizant of it, and then I did it anyway, so that's fine. But I accomplished it. Hooray! Feeling good about that. So obviously I'm not running today to rest, although I did go get those groceries, so I'm not great at like full rest days. That's what I'll say about that. I just like to be in motion. To add on to that victory, last night I spent almost 4 hours reading that 1,000-page book so that I could finish that 1,000-page book, which means yet another 12 TBR's book is checked off the list. That one's a huge win for me. That was the longest book that I had left. You'd be like, yeah, I hope so. I still have a 700-page book left, but for right now, we're celebrating the 1,000-page book I read. So really pleased about that. I was just thinking about the fact that like I didn't particularly want to spend my whole weekend reading it, but I did want it done. And last night I had the time, so that's what I did. The plan for this afternoon, I have a call with a friend. I'm hoping to get some reading done, maybe some video stuff done. Hopefully it should be pretty chill. I still have my Teams open and my email open in case anyone needs me, but I do not plan on working today unless something comes up, which it really shouldn't. I'm a grad student, not a heart surgeon, you know? So it's fine. So I just had lunch. I tried out a new recipe that was for these chickpea gyros. Really liked it. I did it slightly different than how the recipe told me to do it. I roasted the chickpeas the same way, but like the toppings, I did different stuff than they suggested. I really enjoyed it. So I will be keeping that recipe. And also, fantastic news. Well, twofold fantastic news. One, that pita, the healthy pita, not completely disgusting, especially with all the stuff that I had on it, so can keep it fine. Extra nutrients, hooray. More types of plants going in my body with the flaxseed and the oat bran. Awesome stuff. And then also when I had one of those protein bars, and they're pretty good. So I'm pleased with that, because a lot of times I try a protein bar and I literally cannot finish it. I remember specifically one that I was like, this tastes like Play-Doh, I cannot eat this. The fact that I thought it was pretty good is a huge victory. Of course, the problem is Aldi does not always have all of their flavors in stock, so I might never be able to find it again. But for right now, I like it. That's the update. I'm gonna get going with my cozy Friday afternoon, and it's gonna be a great weekend. Happy Saturday! I almost said Sunday because that's how it feels, but it's totally Saturday, which is awesome. It's currently 2:30. I had a good morning, went to the discount store because I needed a top for my choir concert in a couple of weeks. Found one. And I also got more chip clips because like, where do those things go? I was out. I went on a run. I made myself a really nice lunch. And now I'm reading because I've been back in my reading groove so far in the past couple days. I think the night where I really plowed through the end of that really long book helped set me up. And so right now I'm less than 100 pages away from the end of my next book. Definitely hoping to finish that today and to make progress on others. So feeling good about that. I do need to edit my Sunday video, but I'm not going to do that right now because I don't feel like doing that right now. I feel like reading, and lately I have not felt like reading as much as I normally do. So I'm going to take advantage of it and get some reading done. I'm also going to film some reviews because I'm still hellaciously behind on those. It's gonna be a good time. Good morning. Good morning. My microphone was upside down. It's Sunday. Ugh, I'm feeling some type of way this morning, just not physically my best. But that's okay because I've got the energy and I'm already crushing my list for the day. Here it is. She's tiny but mighty. I did spend longer in bed than usual watching The Bachelor this morning. Totally fine. That's what Sunday mornings are for. But now I'm up. I'm in comfy clothes and I've got going. So I made my thumbnail for my video today. That's posted. I mean, it's uploaded, but like it's scheduled for noon today. And then I also filmed a video that I needed to film for something else, edited it, put it as unlisted. If you know, you know. So feeling good about that. I totally forget when was the last time I talked to you. And if I updated you on like reading things, I did finish the book that I thought that I was going to finish, and I worked on other books. Hooray. I have 28 books left on this list for CHAOSTOBER. So, yep, I'm just going to exit out of that and continue on my merry way. Hopefully it's going to be a nice, relaxing Sunday. We'll get some things done. We'll set ourselves up for a good week. Maybe I'll do some meal prep. I'll talk to family, talk to friends, read some, chillax. Sounds good to me. Sunday evening. It's 6:30 p.m. and I don't know if I should end the vlog or not. Reasons for ending the vlog. It's the end of the week. Reasons for not ending the vlog. I may still finish a book tonight. I have an hour and a half left of it, so I could totally finish that. But I'm in the mood to do an outro right now. And later I will probably not be in the mood to do an outro. So regardless, I think I'm just gonna end it off here. I finished 3 books this week, which is great, and I have 28 left. Might be 27 after the end of the night, but you'll just have to stick around until next week's vlog to see what happens. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. This was a much better week than last week for me. I hope it was for you too. So go ahead and let me know how your week was via emoji in the comments down below, and subscribe for more bookish and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye.